Hi guys, this is your streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 4 of season 1 of Smallville. Unlex. So here we go, guys. I love this episode because it involves a lot of stuff. Actually, one new thing that Clark finds out. And that, of course, is that he has X-ray vision. But he doesn't know how to control it. How to use it yet. How to control it yet. So he kind of sees his X-ray vision is out of whack for a little bit. But it is key. It becomes a key component in this episode because an old friend of Lana's and classmate, Tina Greer, is infected. Her body, her whole skeleton / body has been infected with kryptonite, which makes her, Tina, transform into anyone she wants, and that includes Clark. So Tina, the first time that we see Tina, she's actually Lex. Yes, Lex. Tina, this Lex basically has a backpack like Tina. He's not the Lex that we are used to seeing, friendly with Clark. He is basically this Lex, who is Tina, tries to rob the bank. And the bank teller is like, Mr. Luther, this is not your signature. Because yes, the bank teller checks Lex's previous signatures of past checks, and the signature on the check that Lex gave the bank teller did not match his previous bank check signatures. So what did Lex do? Have a fit and order the bank teller to empty the money, to empty the bank, to empty the bank, and Lex ran off with approximately $1,000. At this same time, Clark and Mrs. Kent are doing errands in town. And Clark sees that we see Clark seeing for the first time his X-ray vision in use, and he sees that it's Lex, and he sees that Lex's skeleton is colored is bright green, bright lemon green, and after Clark said, hey Lex, what are you doing? Lex obviously threw poor Clark through a window like it was nothing. Then Clark proceeded. His X-ray vision proceeded to, to start up, to show itself, and then Clark told Mrs. Kent that, "Hey Mom, I think I just saw Lex's skeleton green." And in fact, and again, that wasn't Lex. That wasn't Lex Luthor, the real Lex Luthor. That was Tina Greer. And then we see Tina untransform into her real self. And her mom is like, "Tina, did you steal that money that you have in your bag? In your backpack?" And Tina was like, "Mom, I did this for us, so we could have a better type life, a better quality of life, like buy a bigger house, get away from Smallville, move to the big city of Metropolis." Then guys, Mrs. Greer, Tina's mom, and her, as herself now, got into a fight, and Mrs. Greer fell down the stairs, breaking her neck, and then we see Tina freaking out and saying, I'm sorry, Mom," but then she sees herself in a broken mirror and basically says to the 911 operator, "Never mind," and so it begins. So here's the gist of it regarding Tina. Obviously, she wants to move away from Smallville, which is a great town, in my opinion. She wants to move to the big city of Metropolis. She wants to be in a better socialistic position. Socialistic, economical position. She wants a big house. She wants to have money. But most of all, when it comes down to it, she wants Lana's life. Yes, she is jealous of Lana because Lana has an aunt that adores her. Meanwhile, Tina had just killed her mom. Accidentally killed her mom, and in the past, Tina and her mom have been having a WWE street fight between themselves. And to top it off, she basically came in, basically said to Lana, "I wish we could be sisters. We can share our secrets, and and all that kind of stuff." But then obviously that intention of becoming sisters turned into bitter envy, super bitter envy, and you may ask, how did Tina get close to becoming Lana? Well, she transformed herself into Whitney. Lana's quarterback boyfriend, and she basically, as Whitney, buried Lana, alive, just like the Undertaker, but in a very creepy Undertaker buried alive WWE type of way. And by this point, Chloe and Clark and Pete and Pete had discovered that the fact was that Tina her body got infected with kryptonite in between her in with meteor fragments from the meteor shower that basically got stuck to her body, and that they never left. They were never pulled out. So she uses her transformation powers to turn into whoever she wants to get what she wants. And again, so Clark runs very fast to confront Whitney / Tina, and they get into a scuffle or a fight. Clark almost gets beaten by Tina as Whitney, but eventually Clark prevails, and he saves Lana's life. Meanwhile, for Tina, she goes to get help at Belle Reve, which is the hospital in Metropolis. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments, what did you like about this episode, and if you could transform yourself into anyone at all, who would it be? What superhero or supervillain who would you transform as? I would transform myself as Batman. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, and until we kryptonite again. Bye.